In the studio is Jordan Stringer. Good evening, Jordan.
Hello, Nita. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
So you're here to talk about a couple of things.
Yes.
But FC or SC Birchanger as being the first one. So this is like a fairly newish team. There's several teams there. You're currently in the Mid-Essex Football League Division 1 and second.
Second in the league, yeah. It's been a good start. Thank
you.
Start.
Yeah. Do they just go second because you joined and you influenced that?
No, it's a team effort. It's a complete team effort on that, Nita.
So tell us about SC Birchanger. Where is it to begin with?
It's not far, past Dunmow, not far from Stansted Airport. And yeah, it's in a nice little vicinity. Lovely people there, great community vibe. Now we want to give back to the Birchanger community to make their football team, be proud to be part of.
Yeah, because I was looking at the history, and actually, Birchanger, it started in like the 1950s. Is that right? Can you tell us a little bit about the history?
To be fair, I'm still learning now. So,
Jordan.
No, yeah.
So there's several teams there, are there? Right, or not?
To be fair, I'm still learning about the background within the club. But this team that I'm with James Cowler and James Braddon, we're running really hard to make sure that there's success for everybody. It's exciting times. We knew each other, a lot of us knew each other from 3 years ago, and now that the aims is to try and bring everyone together, make it a success on and off the pitch. We want to leave a legacy behind to be successful, and hopefully we can do that.
Oh. And what's your role going to be there?
That's going to be discussed with James.
Oh, exciting stuff.
Yes.
So you're in the Division 1 of Mid-Essex Football League. How does that league work?
So that league works pretty much. Teams get promoted. I think it's up to 3 teams get promoted, get up into the senior division. But we're in the league and 2 other cups this season. So there's all to play for. But as with this team, James started all this up, as I say, 3 years ago. If you like, a bunch of mates that all come together, and it's really thriving. And you know what? I feel really excited to be part of this project because I've seen them grow so much in a short period of time. For sky is the limit, I suppose. There's always going to be time that we want to push and push and push more. Saturday's game was probably one of the most stressful games I've been involved with in football, I'll be honest. Because it was against league leaders Mayland. 4-4 draw. Left it to the last second from a diving header from Wardy. Big shout out to him on that. So we're fighting for the title, but there's a few teams in that division that are on the same points as us now. So it's closing the gap, and we want promotion, we want cups.
Because second, like you said, if it's 3 up, you're in the perfect position right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got to keep that on a consistent basis. I think that's the thing with football, is anything can change at any time. That's shown on Saturday. We conceded first 30 seconds into the match, and it was we needed to respond in the right, appropriate way. We did that. We equalised 2 minutes after that. It was a really good header from a set play, and the lads showed really good mentality. But as we were saying last week, it's about consistency, and we've got to keep it for Birchanger way in how we identify ourselves, And again, that's part of the project. We want to build this team to be the most successful we possibly can. Yeah,
because we're in October now, so how long does this season run? Is it like the rest of the football clubs?
So it goes on until around April for league season. Looking into it, there's going to be cups involved in there, so it looks like there might be some gaps in the fixture list, but that is because there is cups coming up. But again, that's what you're there for. You want to be involved, and I appreciate, James finding the trust to allowing me to come back to be involved with him. We've got a really good relationship. We always have. and it's just delivering for goods now, and it's no pressure on for lads, but this is going to be a tough season, but they've got to hold in there. They've got to ride for storms at times, and I'm sure they can.
And is it a holistic approach as well as playing on the pitch? You're doing stuff in the community, bringing people in from the community, try and build it?
I think this is it. We want to try and make this a club for everybody to feel part of, and we want that success right throughout, from top to bottom, There's people that's going to come here that's around the Birch-Hanna community. There's going to be people that have seen and heard about the football club, and we want to leave a legacy again. We want people to come back. We want people to be excited with what they've seen. All these lads, as I say, they're very young, but very mature, get on with their job, and I'm really proud to be associated with them.
Oh. And like new players, can people join the club and have a go?
Yeah, I mean, again, that would have to speak with James, but I'm sure James, we'll put it out there to if anyone. We have got a competitive squad as it is. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we've had like 16, 17, 18 lads over the last few weeks at training, which again is quite competitive because everyone wants game time. But again, for those that haven't had game time or are struggling to get for game time, your time will come. Of course it will, because it's a squad game. Everyone helps each other, and the aim for that is when you come off from the bench, it's your chance to impress, and that's again what makes our job a bit harder, but again something a bit more exciting, because we all want, again, for the best for everybody.
Yeah, and a good problem to have though if you have too many people, maybe, or the surplus.
Yes, I think it is good because it keeps everyone on their toes. And again, that's what we want, is we want it consistent, and I can't drum that in enough. Consistency is key, and it's not just in football, but it's any walk of life. You need consistency in your line of work, what you do outside of football. You need it in your outlook in life, for your physical health, your mental health. You need that consistency.
And little chunks as well, little bits.
Little chunks, exactly.
Sometimes it can be overwhelming. I've had that myself, where it's like too big a task. But if you break it down to smaller bits,
you
can chip away.
Oh, absolutely. And this is it. I think we know what we want to achieve. Everyone knows, but it's that chipping away, and you can't get anything without any bit of hard work in life. You need to put that hard work in. And if you don't put that hard work in, then you're not going to get the rewards. So that's what comes down to successful, again, in life, as a person. Whether that's, in your line of work, again, whether you're a teacher, you want the best for your students. Same rule applies with a football team. You want the best for your players that you have at your disposal. So it's really good to be back. I've learned a lot,
and it's just the beginning, isn't it?
It's just the beginning, and why not?
Yeah. And can we go and watch you? That's the next question.
Of course you can.
So how do we get tickets? Is it free? Do we pay?
No, you can come in and just watch a game and feel
Excellent.
free. So there's no VAR people. Seeing in the studio, probably thinking, yeah, VAR and all that paraphernalia, but no VAR, just good old-fashioned football, passionate football, and everyone wants the best for each other again. So yeah.
So can we find your fixtures, so we know when we can go and see you?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's on the full-time FA website, which I can provide you the link with anyway, Nita. And it's just to track it. I mean, we've got Whitman Reserves this weekend, big game.
Whitman, yes.
They're only just up the road, so a local game.
Oh, Derby time.
But they're closing in behind the gap as well. This is how bonkers it is. Could go top weekend, could go down to 5th.
Oh, okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Ned, sorry, but it's something like that. That's how tight it is.
So it's tight, exciting though.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
All to play for, quite literally.
Yeah, the name that we're trying to get in for is Birchelona. like at Barcelona, play for Barcelona away. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And you've got badges, haven't you? So you're like a coach as well, and that's part of your thing. So.
I think, I've got my level 1, my level 2, striving to do my UEFA B. That'll come within time. As you know, Nito, I've had to take time out from the game because of ill health. It's been for, I suppose, the worst 3 years of my life in terms of not being involved in something.
Yeah.
Because when you're in it, you love it. But there's times you think, there's going to be a break around the corner. But then other times you're like, when you're out of it, you feel like you're cut off, you're numb. And it's good. It's really good to be back. Good
to be back, isn't it? Yeah. Good. And we're happy to see you back.
Thank you.
Well. I know you footballers, you don't rest over Christmas as well, do you?
Well,
or do you at Birchanger?
We do have a game before Christmas, a few days before Christmas. But then we've got like New Year's off and then go game 4th of January, I think, the first game back. So it's a pretty quick turnaround, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you have to make sacrifices as well.
Yeah. I always find it fascinating to ask, like the footballers, like yourself included, like at Christmas, you can't really overindulge in stuff because you're back straight on it, aren't you, really?
Yeah, back up for grind. I don't know when New Year's Day lands on. Is it Wednesday?
A weekday. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a Wednesday.
That's normally a training day, so I don't know what's going to happen there. Have to speak to James. But it is what it is, and again, that's why you want to be involved in what it is, because I just love it. Yes. When you're out in wet weather, you love it. When you're out in wind, you love it.
Not sure about that, but yeah. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, because you are a coach and you've got badges and you must have been following this news, but the New England manager, Thomas Tuchel.
Yes.
That came as a surprise to me, very unexpectedly, and to a lot of people, because it happened quite quietly, very quickly. Like, it was quite quiet, and then all of a sudden now everyone's like, taken off track and a bit surprised. I think a lot of people were expecting an English manager out of the ones that had been named, like Eddie Howe and, people that had been in the hat. And Thomas Tuchel was not one that was really talked about, or I thought anyway. Did it surprise you, or what did you think?
I was surprised, yes. I've got mixed opinions on it. Thomas Tuchel did win things at Chelsea.
He's got a very good track record, hasn't he?
Yeah,
actually?
He has got a very good track record. International football's a bit different. Different pace, I suppose, to normal club environment fixtures. I suppose time will tell. Jury's out on that. Serena Wiegman brought in success with her ladies team.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah.
So hopefully that sort of legacy continues into the men's side. But it's a very interesting appointment, especially with the names linked. But I think what I felt is we was kept in the dark a lot of the time.
Yeah, no one really knew. And it's all still a bit quiet, a bit hush-hush. Apparently 10 managers were spoken to, but we don't know how many were offered or where he was on the list. Was he top?
No, exactly.
Was he fifth? Was he scraping the barrel? Like, he can't have been because it's Thomas Tuchel. But, where was he on this list? And,
I think this is it. Lee Carsley with his interim appointment, I think it's hard to judge after a few games, especially at such a big magnitude of leading a nation. But he stepped up to the role when he might have felt a bit uncomfortable to have done to step up from the under-21s. It's a big step up, if you like. But some of his press conference comments were also a bit amusing, I'll call it, to say the least. But yeah, Thomas Tuchel, contracts until for World Cup finishes, I believe.
18 months, isn't it? I think.
Something like that. It's quite a short period.
But is it because we expected to win now? Because Gareth Southgate got us nearly there, like, twice. Nearly there twice. We just need a little bit more. So they're thinking that he will give that little bit more because he's a tactician and a bit more forward looking.
This is it. I think what I've learned about Thomas Tuchel with his days at Chelsea, he's very flexible with his tactics. He does know how to adjust them to the game plans against any opposition. Again, jury's out though. It's another level international management.
Yeah.
Will he win something? let's hope so.
Hope so, because does he know what he's got himself into as well? Because does he realise the amount of pressure and scrutiny he's going to be under?
Well, I think he's already under pressure as it is, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, even when he come out and did the social media video for Twitter, for England Twitter, saying, "Hi England fans, I'm a bit nervous." I mean, really? Surely you'd come out and say, "I'm looking forward, I'm more confident, hopefully to bring a bit of success," but a bit nervous is a bit...
we don't want that.
No, exactly.
Oh. And the thing is, in the past, it hasn't worked with foreign managers, with the England team. Do you think...
I think
that's a fact.
This is it. I mean, everyone spoke about Sven-Goran Eriksson and the impacts, and again, the legacy that he brought to England and for nation. That's really good. But with previous appointments like Fabio Capello and that, it really didn't work out.
No, not at all.
So now I do feel that, it's fourth international foreign manager that we've had, should I say. Is there people in there that I would have liked to have seen had more of a chance? Maybe, but again, maybe that's why it's only an 18-month contract. Maybe they're eyeing someone up longer term.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe, he's expected to get us something. Oh, I don't know. Oh, if he doesn't get us anything, he could be having a very tough time and never want to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, exactly. I mean,
but I think it might be different this time, because in the past with like Fabio Capello, the players were different then, and there was some kind of communication problems there because he didn't speak that good English. I
think this is it.
I don't think that's going to be a problem with Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel comes across very well.
Yeah,
and I think
the players are quite mature. Like they're not. You don't hear about the infighting anymore. You know, with like John Terry against this one because of their wives and all of this nonsense. I think none of that going on anymore.
To be fair, that's what the issue was before. I think there was quite a few egos in previous teams, like John Terry, Rooney, if you call it that. In a sense, Lowe carried his swagger on the pitch. You know, there was Rio Ferdinand. There was all them different types. Ashley Cole that had a lot of limelight in the press at the time as well. And now it's like you say, young group, a hungry group. Is he going to be one that takes us that next level? Again, we'll probably be discussing about this again in the future.
You're coming back on the show to talk about this, But the poor guy's got a lot of stick already for like not singing he's not going to sing the national anthem or something like that. But he's like, you're a coach, so if we saw you on the TV singing the national anthem here, we'd be like, yeah, Jordan. And then we saw you the next minute, you went to, I don't know, Spain, Germany. Would you sing their national anthem? It's like you can't criticise him for that.
No,
surely.
I think this is it. Everyone's got different beliefs. Everyone's got different opinions, I suppose. It's not. I feel that again, there's a bit of harsh criticism out there.
It's like unnecessary. Like Gareth Southgate, if he went to Germany and started singing German national anthem, he'd get a load of stick. We're like,
this is it though. But then with Lee Carsley as well, I mean, he got stick because he's got that Irish blood in his family, so he didn't want to sing the national anthem then. That was another debate. I mean, the pressure that you got on to run the England team, whoever you are, even if you're someone like a Pep Guardiola that's won everything, surely the pressure would tell on him as well, because we're, as a nation, and I suppose football fans over here, we're very expectant. We want things imminently. Whether we can do it imminently, as we say.
I hope so. We nearly got there with Gareth.
Yeah, this is it again. As goes that saying, we'll only judge when World Cup's finished. Was everyone right about... When I say right about criticising Southgate, there was a lot of critics.
There was. But I think his legacy is good though, isn't it? There's even like plays and like cinema things, like films about him. Yeah,
I think this is it. Is again, legacy's word, because he's left something out there for people to look up to. I suppose with seeing what Gareth Southgate achieved with England, I suppose that's what even myself gave me some inspiration to get back into coaching, because there's that pathway for coaches, and you see to develop and mature and everything like that, and hopefully that a lot more people will give them a chance. But this is it for
you yourself.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, but I don't know if I could deal with that. I mean, it's
baby steps.
It's baby steps, Baby
steps. Might see you somewhere in the future.
Yeah, and Channel lads can follow. No pressure.
Okay, we'll play a song choice of I think your friends.
Yes, so James, you would like this, my friend. Good choice to tune.
And Jordan Stringer from SC Birchanger is here, and he's got a new role there. He's very excited. Brand new team, like, coming up. Plans for the future, and second at the moment in the Mid Essex Football League Division 1, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
If you stay there, promotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the aim. That is the aim.
It's a long season, but it's a good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good start, and yeah, in October, perfect.
Yes,
perfect.
I think.
Really doing really well.
Thank you very much, and looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, you've got to come back on the show and let us know how it's going.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone listening, like, go along, go and watch.
Yes, please come along and watch, and feel
Support.
free. Get your football dose.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's free as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Fantastic, perfect.
Lovely bar there too.
Oh, even better. We're sold. That's it. But something very healthy that you're doing next year in June, on Friday 6th of June next year, when the weather is a bit nicer than it is now, you're going to do a 25, so yes everyone, 25-mile walk from Upminster to South London to St George's Hospital, and that's going to be in aid of FND action. So can you remind us what FND is?
Yeah, functional neurological disorder. It's a condition that a lot of people get diagnosed with across the UK. It's the most common neurological cause in outpatients for neurology, really, which is quite...
It's the most common one, but yet you don't hear about it.
But you don't hear about it, no.
So the proportionality of hearing about it is not right, is it? Because you hear about other illnesses, other conditions, but FND is not something I hear on a regular basis.
No, I think this is it. This is what our aim is as a charity, and that's why raising money for FND Action, is because we want to make more people aware of the condition. Of course, with neurological issues, we know of MS, Parkinson's, and such, if you like. But I think this is it. Again, though it's the most common cause, so many patients get fobbed off. And unfortunately, I was one of them patients. Going back 3 years ago, or when I was having a stroke-like episode, I was told by a doctor in hospital, well, it's all in your head. I mean, what a lovely compliment that was, wasn't it? You know, but I think, again, you know, there's so many patients out there that need help to get in the right places, and we need to pinpoint them in the right direction. And like with the Essex group that I'm representing at the moment, we've got at least 34, 35 patients in there, and they're all saying the same thing. We're not getting the support, we're not getting the help from the NHS on this condition. And it starks you, because you feel like, wow, something's got to change. I don't know what's got to change, Nita.
We have a new government now.
We do have a new government.
Saying it's going to take time, but we should see improvement. We really hope that is the case.
Yeah, this is it. Really hope so. Because to hear people because people struggle with a lot of symptoms. So, yeah, for paralysis, a lot of patients struggle with paralysis. They can't walk. They're like literally housebound because of the condition. They're afraid of falling over. And then they still get criticised again of that label, it's all in your head. It's such a frustrating label that you can be given, because no one seems to take that and think, let's look at the patient, let's fit a jigsaw puzzle together and see what other symptoms match him, because there's people who have fits, if you like, seizures.
Yeah. This is where the education piece comes in, doesn't it?
Yeah, because
so not only everyone like us, we need to learn about it, but like professionals as well.
No, absolutely. Professionals need to. I mean, there is some good professionals out there, but unfortunately, you've got to find them. You've got to be, you know, and you've got to have people on your side to fight your corner. Because again, if one person doesn't know what FND is, then it's going to set a precedence of that. No one else is going to know what it is either.
And we've got to give a shout out to GPs as well, because they're expected to know about conditions across the whole body, aren't they?
Absolutely.
And mind, like brain, body. How, and they can't, not all of them. How can you like know everything? You can't, can you?
This is it. I think with GPs, and this is not a downgrade to what I'm saying to them, but they are just general practitioners. They only know about certain things. You know, you wouldn't expect them to understand about FND and other problems, other conditions like that. And I have to say credit to the GP that I'm with now. I mean, we've worked together to try and find a solution for FND for patients around like the Tiptree area and so on and so forth. He's now got, I think, 6 patients that have been diagnosed with FND since learning more about it, and that's only happening for the last year, which it might not sound a lot, but actually it is a lot in the grand scheme of things. So
it is. But you're doing this walk,
yes,
next year, and would you like company from anyone listening to join you on this walk and maybe raise some funds as well?
Yes, of course. I'd like to say firstly thanks for anybody that has donated, really appreciated. I think we're up to £175 now.
What are you hoping to raise?
£1,000. That's the aim. If we can get anything near, then great. If anything more, again, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, anyone can join in with the walk, you know. Feel free. Please get in touch with myself. You can email me directly on my personal email, which is jordanstrinner8@gmail.com, and just say I'm willing to be part of it. Or even if you just want to say, all right, I've done a mile, or even maybe less than that or more than that, fine. You know, feel free to take things at your own pace, what you feel that you're comfortable doing, and that's the aim, is together that we can make a difference.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight's City Talk. And what's your page for us to donate?
So it's on Just Giving. I haven't got the actual link to hand, but again, I can pass this on to you.
Yeah, we'll put it on our socials.
Thank you very much. And
well, thank you for being on tonight's show. We're going to play you Greatest Day, Take That.
Yes.
And we're going to speak to you, I'm sure, your June is your walk, so we're going to catch up with you and your training, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's going to be rather intense, and already my legs are feeling it. So.
Oh, but good on you. Good on you. It's very inspirational. We should all get out there. I mean, the weather's getting a bit bad, but walking is good, so we can all walk.
Absolutely, I think.
Well, most of us.
Yeah, I think with walking as well is that even if you can do just a couple of minutes, that's what I used to be graded in from the therapist up at St George's. Is even if you can do 2 minutes, that's 2 more minutes than you would have been able to have done. So
it's like the Couch to 5K program. It's 2 minutes that you weren't sitting on the couch. So,
absolutely, yeah. So there we go. Hopefully you can join us at part of it as well, Nita. No pressure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about training, but part of it, why not? That does sound good.
Yeah,
all
excellent.
Right.
But yeah, we try to be that group that can help be there for the players as a 3, because I think you mentioned earlier, you want to have different characters in the changing room. You want to have different personalities. You don't want the same kind of people, because you're not going to be able to move forward. If you've got 10 people and they all agree the same things, you're going to get to a point in time where actually you're going to become unstuck. You need that one person to actually be like, nah, I don't agree with that. Or actually, we should try this. And I think that's why the huddle works, is we're all quite different as human beings. And I think you need 3 different people in there, because some players will naturally gravitate towards me and my personality, but equally some might go to the other 2, and that's absolutely fine.